Goodwill brings to you the weekly share market update dated the 18th of November, 2023. Talking about the corporate segment, we have shares of BHEL jumped more than 5% on November 13th. The stock is seeing recovery from when it fell last week after the company reported dismal Q2 numbers. For the quarter ended September 2023, the state-owned engineering firm reported consolidated net loss of 238.12 rupees crore, as against profit of 12.10 rupees crore in the year-ago period. Despite the disappointing quarterly results, analysts are bullish on Bharat Heavy Electricals, BHEL, stock, given the healthy pipeline of thermal orders and likely moderation in receivables. The BSE stock jumped more than 10% on November 13th morning after the company delivered stellar September quarter results, with analysts upbeat about the stock. The stock exchange's net profit jumped 303% on year to 120 rupees crore, and revenue rose 46% to 310 rupees crore. Analysts remain positive about the company given its better-than-expected equity cash volumes and increasing treasury income from clearing and settlement funds. The board of directors of BSE approved a fund infusion of 22.36 rupees crore in India International Exchange, IFSC, Limited, India INX, and 33.88 rupees crore in India International Exchange, IFSC, Limited towards the purchase of equity shares through subscription of rights issue. Shares of Narayana Hrudayalaya zoomed 9% to hit an all-time high of 1,182 rupees on November 15th, after the company clocked strong results for the July-September quarter. In the past 3 months, the stock of this healthcare company has surged 15% as against a flat move in the benchmark Sensex. Narayana Hrudayalaya's profit grew 34.3% on year to 226 rupees crore in quarter 2, financial year 2024, while consolidated revenue surged 14.3% to 1,305 rupees crore, driven by higher patient volumes across units. Shares of PTC Industries locked at the 5% upper circuit in early trade on November 15th. As the company announced a multi-year contract with Safran Aircraft Engines to develop industrial cooperation for LEAP engines casting parts. There were pending buy orders of 149 shares, with no sellers available. Under the terms of the contract, PTC Industries will produce titanium casting parts for Safran Aircraft Engines. Safran Aircraft Engines' ambition is to develop a comprehensive aero engines ecosystem in India, strengthening its global supply chain build for the LEAP production ramp-up. Satin Credit Care Network shares jumped 5.3% intraday on November 16th. The microfinance company is planning to meet to consider raising funds. Satin Credit Care Network's board members will meet on November 20th to consider the fund-raising proposal by way of issuance of listed, unlisted, secured, unsecured, non-convertible debentures on private placement basis, according to a regulatory filing. The shares hit a fresh 52-week high at 274.20 rupees apiece. As of 11 o'clock a.m., shares were trading higher by 1.92% on the NSE at 265.7 rupees per share. Shares of Inspirasis Solutions were locked at 5% upper circuit to hit a 52-week high of 93 rupees per share on November 16th after the company fixed a floor price of 68 rupees apiece for delisting plans. The stock later cooled off to 89 rupees apiece on Thursday. So far on November 16th, around 9 lakh equity shares of Inspirasis Solutions exchanged hands at both exchanges, as against a month average of 38,000 shares. Shares of Tata Investment Corporation Limited surged nearly 20% on November 17th on account of value unlocking opportunity with Tata Technologies IPO, which opens for subscription on November 22nd. Tata Tech is a subsidiary of Tata Motors in which Tata Investment is a promoter group entity. Tata Investment Corporation Limited is a non-banking financial company and is involved in long-term investments, such as equity and equity-related securities. Other than Tata Motors, the company owns stakes in at least 6 other listed Tata Group firms: Tata Chemicals, Tata Consumer Products Limited, Trent, Tata Elxsi, Tata Steel and TCS. L&T Finance Holdings fell more than 5% on November 17 after the Reserve Bank of India increased risk weight on consumer credit exposure of commercial banks and non-banking financial companies by 25 percentage points to check the proliferation of unsecured loans. According to Morgan Stanley, the RBI move could push up borrowing and lending rates. For NBFCs like LTFH, the impact of raised risk weights is on both sides of the balance sheet, Nomura said. Bang Overseas Limited has moved up by 60.56% this week with a change of 28.25 points. It has traded with a net volume of 5.84 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 74.90 against the previous closing price of 46.65. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 52.85, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 75.80 points this week, while shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 80.30. Apollo Micro Systems Limited has moved up by 31.79% this week. With a change of 37.15 points, it has traded with a net volume of 28.781 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 154 against the previous closing price of 116.85. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 95.50, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 154 points this week, while shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 91.87. Naga Dunsri Limited has moved up by 31.39% this week, with a change of 584.95 points. It has traded with a net volume of 16.582 thousand shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 2,448.70 against the previous closing price of 1863.75. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 1958.85, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 244.70 points this week, while shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 76.32. Wockhardt Limited has moved up by 30.32% this week with a change of 75.95 points. It has traded with a net volume of 66.72 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 326.65, against the previous closing price of 250.50. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 258.30, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 336.95 points this week, while shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 70.89. Nifty is currently in positive trend. If you are holding long positions, then continue to hold with daily closing stop loss of 19,587. Fresh short positions can be initiated if Nifty closes below 19,587 levels. Nifty 50 support levels are 19,664, 19,597, 19,526. Nifty 50 resistance levels are 19,803, 19,874, 19,941. Bank Nifty has entered into negative trend in last trading session. You can go short in Bank Nifty with stop loss of 44,132 on daily closing basis. Bank Nifty would be considered bearish till it trades below 44,132 levels. Bank Nifty support levels are 43,441, 43,298, 43,082. Bank Nifty resistance levels are 43,800, 44,016, 44,159.
You can reach us via phone, WhatsApp, or email using the information listed on the screen. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more financial insights. And, as always, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos, leave them in the comments section below. Until next time, happy investing.